in 2010, I started realizing that too much excess use of fertilizer is happening in our country. Especially excess use of urea is happening in our country. And without realizing, urea is one fertilizer which mines away your precious particles like zinc, mines away your nutrients, your life-giving nutrient like zinc, like boron, like magnesium, like copper from the soil. And it creates more of a environment damage in form of NOx creation in the air, the water getting spoiled, the effect of health on the people, and by use of excess urea. And same thing happening with the phosphates.
I remember you'd likened urea to poison and said that it is actually poisoning humanity, as it were.
I do say it. This is my point of view now. The urea is the most dangerous chemical we are using which is dangerous for environment, dangerous for our health, dangerous for our soil, and it's only 30% which is using. 70% is going as a waste, either in the water pollution or in the air pollution or in the soil pollution. Even you're getting presently the wheat which is being produced in Punjab has practically no zinc. And if there is no zinc, then in our body, immunity becomes very weak. So it's also not very good for our health. So from 2017, I started working on this, how to replace it. First, I tried in 2010 our program called Bhoom Bachao Abhiyan, or Save the Soil campaign, which I started in 100 villages. But later on, by giving them that you should use green manure, you should use the compost. But then that did not pick up. So I started thinking that how to do something which can change the perception and which can make this use efficiency of fertilizer much better. So I was starting reading about it, and I realized the nanos, which is being used in space technology, which is being used in our IT, like your telephone memory has become such big now, with nanoparticles. They're used in medical. So why not in agriculture? So I started working on this, and we started a lab in our Kalol unit, which is our mother unit. In very near to Ahmedabad is our unit. And Gujarat is a very quiet atmosphere. It gives you opportunity to work.
That's
the
why
disturbances are very less.
That's why you choose Kalol as your R&D setup.
Yeah. And we started from Kalol.
Okay.
So we started, that's why they give you opportunity to grow.
Okay.
While if you go into Eastern India and UP and all, you'll find that industrial atmosphere is not as good as into west of Ghaziabad. And east of Ghaziabad, industrial atmosphere is not very good.
But
we don't take it on a different, but this is my perception.
That's okay.
Which I'm sure slowly it is changing. It will change also. But then this is my perception. So I built a lab there. I started getting the people to work on nanotechnologies. And I started telling everybody that why can't we take this nitrogen nucleus and break them into nanoparticle? And the initial stages, we were not getting success. Then I got a person from US who came and worked for us. And he, at 4%, we started our journey with 4% nitrogen particle. The idea was when we take first of all, we tried natural nitrogen from the atmosphere. But that was not stable. Then we broke the nucleus, the molecule of urea, into nanoparticle. And we got it polymerized at that time initially with the fish-based polymer. which is animal-based polymer. But after 1 year, I realized that the shelf life of that is less, because that is subject to lot of virus and lot of it is getting, the shelf life is getting lower because of attack by the humidity, and the smell was also awful. So I realized that this product may not be possible to survive for very long. So I started looking at some other option. Of course, that scientist also probably felt that his product is not getting that much length or that much shelf life that farmers would use it. He decided to leave us, and we said, okay. And we looked at some other person who was working on this. So he brought a organic-based polymer. And when we got organic-based polymer, then these molecules we coated on organic-based polymer, and because of which the shelf life became 2 years. But then with 4%, what was happening, that of course, that was taking care of requirement of the plant, but that was a slow release. So farmers were getting the green color. They are used to green color because urea, as soon as you put, you get the green color. So farmers were getting green color, so there was complaints. So we started working on how to increase the concentration, because I was not very sure that the product will remain stable even at higher concentration. So we started working on it, and finally we succeeded in making it 20%. So now we have 20% nano-urea plus with organic polymer. And I tell you simple technology, what is happening actually? What is in layman's
terms, what is nano? Correct.
1 gram of urea has got 6,000 nanoparticle in it. 1 gram. So only one particle of 6,000 will be going to the plants, where only 30% getting absorbed. While if I break one molecule of nano-urea, has been broken into roughly 30 nanoparticle are there. So 6,000 divided by 30 nanoparticle means 200. 200 nanoparticle of urea, of nitrogen, not urea, nitrogen is available in nano-urea. So instead of one particle, he is getting now 200 particles. 200. So as soon as surface area increase, the efficiency goes up. So we have more than 95% efficiency. So there is nothing left on the soil really. Practically all of them is used. So imagine that it is only a question of breaking those molecules into nanoparticle and adding them into a shell of polymer so that they don't conglomerate again. We have coated them with polymer, and when we spread it on a leaf, this gets out, because then these are smaller than the pores of the leaf.
So it is getting absorbed through the stomata.
So absorbed through the stomata and goes up to the root, and say 73% used by the leaf. So leaf produces chlorophyll. Chlorophyll produces, I would say, protein, and immediately converted into good product. And about so left over 17%, 10% is used by the root, and about 7% by the stem. So stem is strong, roots are strong, and we are getting more than 6 to 7% higher yield.